Stranger Things is assuredly one of the best and popular Netflix series from the time it was released. It was indeed a massive explosion on the platform of Netflix, and it's a no-brainer why this mystery sci-fi series is loved by many around the globe. Distinctive characters, unique personas, mind-blowing cinematography, fantastic plot, and also many unexplainable moments that often leave us baffled. Today we will go over some of the biggest unanswered questions of Stranger Things, so make sure you stick around till the end. But first, a simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We are giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's all your choice, so be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Now, without further ado, let's get to the video. 16. Where is Dustin's demo dog? Do you all remember Dustin's demo dog from Season 2? Dustin cherished his demo dog named Dart, who soon became a monstrous creature and started frightening other house pets. Sadly, Dart dies, because he ends up getting killed. Dustin decides to preserve Dart's body because it's one of the best proof they have of the Upside Down. The demo dog is kept in the freezer, and then there is not a single word about it in the following episodes. Where is it? 15. Is Dr. Benner alive or dead? Stranger Things always let us know the execution of a character's death by showing the corpse of the person. At the end of Season 1, the viewers probably thought that the death of Dr. Martin Brenner was caused by a Demogorgon, even though there were no signs of Martin's body. What if he is the secretive American that is being held hostage by the Russians? Maybe, maybe not. 14. Are 11 and 8 the only ones? Or are there more? Season 1 introduced us to 11, who bled her nose every single time while using her superpowers. Later in Season 2, we came to know about 8 or Callie, leading to some mixed reactions from the viewers. Since Callie was introduced in Season 2, is it possible for more kids like 11 and 8 to show up? Are there more kids who are being used as lab rats inside the evil laboratories? Fans are questioning whether there will be more new faces in the coming seasons. Well, let's wait and watch. 13. Will's girlfriend-boyfriend search. Will Byers from Stranger Things is mostly represented as an unavoidable third-wheel character. We feel so bad for the kid for not having a partner to cherish their happy moments with. In fact, it was his sad fate of getting abducted by the Demogorgon and was later taken into an alternate dimension. He was an innocent boy who only wished for a normal life to play Dungeons and Dragons with his friends. Will he get a girlfriend in the upcoming seasons? Let's see. 12. How are the Demogorgon and Mind Flayer connected? Mind Flayer holds a dominant position when it comes to the world of Upside Down. It can effortlessly control all the demagogues. As we saw in Season 2, the Mind Flayer is really powerful. Well then, what about the Demogorgon? In Season 3, we saw the Mind Flayer get defeated at the end. Isn't Demogorgon supposed to suffer the same fate as Mind Flayer? 11. Who are the people in the Upside Down? While wandering around the Upside Down, we saw Billy encountering himself by coming face to face with the Billy from Upside Down. If we consider that as the Mind Flayer's dupe figure of Billy in the Upside Down, then who were the other people? Were the remaining people already under the spell of the Mind Flayer, or is there another meaning behind it? 10. How come no one noticed the Russians underground? How come no one noticed or became even a little bit suspicious about the Russians? I mean, with the opening of the Starcourt Mall surrounded by all the hoopla, and in considerably large construction site, how is it that not even a single soul spotted or reported about the Russian underground lab that was living underneath? Didn't anyone suspect the massive inrush of Russians into their small town, especially with a particular flocker on the site of the small platform? It's something that's not supposed to fly under the radar. 9. How did the Russians know about the Upside Down? The timeline from Stranger Things lets the Russians have their own kind of the Hawkins lab machine around 7 months after 11 accidentally opened the gate. Still, how? Were they part of some super confidential intel controlled by the US who instructed them about the Upside Down? Or was it a complete coincidence that the two parties utilized the same type of advanced technology? 8. How did the Russians make their escape? When the US Army finally showed up at the underground Russian laboratory, the whole area was completely deserted. Maybe the Russians escaped using another hidden passage or a secret tunnel that no one knew about. It's understandable. We as viewers weren't allowed to see the great escape of the Russians, but how come they escaped so smoothly for the advanced US Army to not see them fleeing from the mall? 7. Why do the Russians have a Demogorgon? If the Russians somehow managed to get into the upside-down world, is that how they got their hands onto the Demogorgon? Or is there only a single Demogorgon that exists? And the Demogorgon that's now in the hands of the Russians is the same monster that 11 had defeated at the end of Season 1. Let's put all that torture sessions and the big mistreatments caused by the Russians aside, but is there any other reason or purpose why the Russians are using the Demogorgons? It doesn't look pleasant at all, and seems pretty risky too. 6. What was the song for in the middle of a crisis? Am I the only one? Or are there some people who totally agree to the fact that Dustin and Size's signature song was so unnecessary? The song called The Neverending Story was pretty catchy and had a good tune to bob our heads to, but personally, I would never want to jam to a song when my whole life is pretty much about to end. Instead of helping her loved one Dustin, Susie does something even better by singing along with Dustin through a two-way radio call. This scene is actually one of the weirdest yet funniest clips from the whole Stranger Things series. 5. How did 11 lose her powers? There are a couple of practical theories and explanations for why and how 11 lost her powers for a prolonged period, or maybe forever. One might be the fact that 11 used way too much of her strength in defeating the Mind Flayer. She seemed to drain up all her energy and power while taking down that monster. Another reason might be the parasite that leached inside her leg and caused her abilities to come to an end. The parasite might have damaged her insides so much that she is unable to utilize her powers. What are the Duffer Brothers planning to do with 11's power? Let's find out. 4. Where are the Byers heading off to? All the dramas and conflicts surrounding Joyce Byers were only making her break into pieces. At the beginning of the season, Joyce struggles with finding her son. Then in the following seasons, Joyce starts giving up on her love interest. It's no brainer why Joyce was this eager to move out of Hawkins and start as fresh. But where is she heading to? What if there are more dangers on the way? 3. What about the people who were controlled by the Mind Flayer? We witnessed many people's lives taken out by the Mind Flayer, including the death of Billy, while simultaneously, their souls and spirits were controlled by the Mind Flayer in the Upside Down. But does this mean to tell us a message of how Hawkins has possibly wiped off many of its residents and the government later covered it all up? 2. Why are there too many chemical consumptions? The number of chemicals, especially the use of way too much bleach and bags of synthetics and fertilizers in Season 3 was disturbing. They never had a firm explanation of why an unhealthy amount of chemicals were being used. Either it was done for the bodies to explode quickly or die in the occasion of Mind Flayer's death. Or was it to help themselves change into goo? We never know. 1. Where did the Mind Flayer's body go? In Season 3, we witnessed the death of the Mind Flayer. But the question is, where did its body go? The huge mishap that took place in the Starcourt Mall was utterly ruined, and the government owed an explanation to the citizens. Still, they quickly covered the problem by telling the people of Hawkins that the aftermath was the result of an electrical fire explosion. Yet how is it possible to get rid of the pieces of giant Mind Flayer corpses merely lying around the vicinity? There are way too many unexplainable questions that Stranger Things have left us with. But that's all for today. It's a wrap for now. Thanks for watching.